Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. So in this video I'm talking about the Harley Sport Glide, and I want to find out how far can you actually ride on a full tank of gas. That means I've just topped it off right to the very brim, and it's an 18.litre tank, and I want to see how far you can actually ride until it goes dry, or runs dry. Now, I'm also going to carry with me a 2-litre fuel can full of fuel, petrol, and basically I'm going to ride it until it just starts to cough and splutter, just starts to conk out, and then I'll quickly pull over and put that in and then ride off to the next nearest gas station. Now, 18.9 litres works out to, in the UK, the UK gallon, imperial gallon, is 4.16 gallons. A US gallon works out 4.99 gallons. Slightly different for the UK and the US gallon. Anyway, so basically you're going to see how far it will go. Now I think it'll get about 230 miles. Right now I've just been doing over 200, but that's stop start all over the place. So I think if you get a clean run, I think this will go to 230. Anyway, let's go and check it out. Okay, so just to verify the mileage, I've currently got 573 miles on this bike, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to trip that out, and I'm going to zero out on trip A, zero out on trip B. There we go. So it's saying 224 there miles, so 573, 0 on the trips, and it's saying I've got a range of 224. Let's see how far I can really get. Right, and away we go. Ah, the beauty of the open road and the contraflows and speed restrictions. Marvellous. On the open road now at a steady 70 miles an hour. Let's see how far I can get. Right, I've just had a look at my clock here, and it's saying I've just done over 30 miles, and I've got a range of 216 left. I started off with 224, so I think this is going to go way over the 230. I think it's going to be about 250 miles for a full tank. Let's see how it pans out. Right, just coming up to about 70 miles, but the range is saying about just over 180. So it says I've basically, it's under reading the ranges by about 25-30 miles. So yeah, I still think it's we're good for about 250. Yeah, just basically come down the highway, motorway. I've had to come through this stationary traffic here, sort of filtering through, come off, and I'm coming back the other way, and I'm trying to take another route out, because that's a sort of signpost saying it's going to be clogged up. I want to try and get as best mileage as I possibly can, and that'll mean by me keeping rolling. I was going to try and do lots of different types of roads, but I think what I'm going to do is stick to the motorways, and that'll give me the best possible option at keeping higher speeds, greater distances, and it should give me better fuel consumption. I'm not changing gear, I'm not really changing my revs, I'm not really accelerating, just doing a steady 70 miles an hour, and that should work out all the way. Right, catch you in a few miles. Right, so just hit 100 miles, and it's saying I've got another 154 miles to run. So I think it's going to be well within 250 here. I wouldn't be surprised now, after running the bike for 100 miles, whether it's going to be even more than that. Let's just see how it goes. But so far, these figures are looking mightily impressive. Right then, on the road. Right, so I've just gone past the 150 mile mark, and the range is still showing about 106 miles. So I think 155, 106, so about 260 is forecasting. I've actually encountered a little bit of slower traffic, and I've had to filter through some sort of stationary traffic as well. So I think even if I get over 260, I think this will go about 270. Let's see what the final figure is, but whatever my figure is at the end, I think you can add another 5 or 10 miles on top of that, because I've had to go through slower moving traffic or stationary traffic. Right, see how we go at 200. See you then. Right then, I've just hit the 200 mile mark, and my range is left is playing funny buggers. So I've lost about 20 mile range already. So right now it's saying that I've got 37 miles left. Now the low fuel light came on at 51 miles, and that was 4 miles ago. In that time I've lost 16 miles off my range, so maybe 260 is a little bit optimistic now. We'll see how far I get. Right, so I've just had the low fuel light, the low fuel indication come on, and that said it had a 10 mile range. But I noticed from 20 to 10 miles it was just dropping really quickly. I'm at 222 range miles right now. I think I'm gonna have to pull off at the next junction here. I'm just about to go through a contraflow, and I just don't want to run out of fuel on that. So I'll see how I go here. I'm going to see if I make it to the next junction, or there is a services just up here. I am carrying the fuel, but it's just going to be a case of where I run out of fuel now. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull off here at this junction, and because there's no hard shoulder for me to break down onto this set of roadworks, so I'm just going to have to go through the town and see how far I can get before I break down, or run out of fuel, I should say. That's probably the best thing to say. Right, just about approaching 226 now, and range is still saying low. No indication of actually how far I can go now. So really, I'm just listening out for the engine sound, whether it will cut out without any indication, or whether it will cough and splutter a little bit. I think it's just going to cut out because of the you know, the fuel injections. But just keep on going, see how it cuts out. So I've got my fuel with me as a fuel can, so we should be good. Right, just fought my way through rush hour traffic, just gone through the 231 mile mark. Still no indication of how much fuel I've got left or how many miles I've got left, but well, see how I go really. Right, so I'm at just approaching 249 miles. I've had to come on the B roads here. I'm in the vicinity of a couple of garages to fill up if I need to, but I just went around a bend just now and the engine cut out for a split second, so that's why I think I'm very close to it. So I'm sort of feeling my way really, just trying to listen out for any different engine sounds or anything like that. Yeah, so every time I go around the corner now, it's it literally starting to conk out, cough and splutter. So basically I got about another half a mile here, a mile. Yeah, it's coughing and spluttering now. So this is when you'll notice when you've got absolutely no fuel, it literally, every time you go around a bend, it'll start to lose, slightly cut out, lose a bit of power. Right, so what I'm going to do, get off onto this back road here, and then that's it, it's done. Right, pull over here. Right, so let's have a look. Let's scroll through here. 253 miles, 253 miles, 0.5, and low, we're just saying low. It is 827 miles. There you go. So 253 miles. That's it. That's it. That's done it. Right. Let's see if I can work out exactly how much that is. Right. On my little computer here. Okay, 253 miles, and that's 18.9 litres, so UK MPG is 60.86 miles per gallon, which is not bad, is it? Right. Okay, so for US gallons, that's 50.7 miles per gallon. So 50.7, about 50 miles per gallon for US, 60 miles per gallon in the UK. That's not a bad return, is it, really? So there you have it. I think, you know, if you're just doing complete highway riding all the time, I think you're going to get 260, 265. If you're doing back roads, urban riding, obviously I think you're going to get less, about 230, something like that. But sort of steady eddy, bit of mixture, 240, 250 is about right. I still think you can get more out of this. I'd say about 260, 265, you know, if it's just constant highway riding. Well, I hope you found that useful. Check you on the next video, whenever that is. Please subscribe, like, share, all that kind of good stuff. Tell your friends. Let me know if you can better that range, 253. Check out the website and all that kind of stuff. All the links are there as well. All the links in the description. And I'll catch you whenever. Ta-da now.
RevelatorAlf.